and gentlemen, you're watching, yes, the Yankees Entertainment and Sports Network.
Well, tonight at Jerry's World, big game. Yeah, Giants against the Cowboys. Oh, and if you want to go to the day portion of the doubleheader, it's the Yankee game. Right across the street at Globe Life Park, where it is time for baseball, as Hyundai presents the Sunday Game of the Week. And today, it's the New York Yankees against the Texas Rangers in the rubber game of a three-game set from Globe Life Park here in Arlington, Texas. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Yankees Baseball, along with Ken Singleton. I'm Michael Kay. Well, the Yankees evened up the series yesterday with a 3-1 victory, and it was a one-hit 3-1 victory. Yankee pitching was dealing.
Yeah, the Yankees got some hits late in the ball game to take the lead, and they held on. Luis Severino, he was bringing some Texas heat. Fastball up near 100 miles an hour, 7 strong innings, 10 strikeouts for the hard-throwing right-hander, but he didn't get the win. That went to David Robertson. The save went to Aroldis Chapman. He came on, reclaimed his job. Struck out 2 of the 3 batters he faced. He picked up the save. The Yankees won 3-1.
All right, it's time now for the rubber game of this 3-game set. Today's pitching matchup brought to you by People's United Bank N.A. A.J. Griffin will get the start for Texas, and for the Yankees, it's their rookie, Jordan Montgomery.
A record of 7-7. He'd like to get over 500 with a win today. The left-hander has been struggling somewhat in his last 3 starts. 0-1 with a 5.93 ERA. He needs a bounce back this afternoon to give the Yankees a series win.
And there's a lot at stake in this one. Here's why. The Yankees are 4 games back of the Red Sox in the American League East. That's in the loss column. In the wild card, the Yankees have a 2.5-game lead over the second wild card. That's the Twins. Chasing the Twins, Angels 2 games back, and the Rangers 2.5 games back. So a lot at stake, as we mentioned. And it's a very hot day here in Arlington. So the first 3 batters in the Yankee lineup, they can't wait to come up. When we come back, lineups, first pitch, baseball, right here on Yes. Bigelow Tea, who encourages you to grab a mug and tea proudly. By Dunkin' Donuts, America runs on Dunkin'. By Infinity, empower the drive. Visit your tri-state area Infinity retailer for a test drive today. And by Koch Industries. At Koch, we make things that make the world better. It's a hot, steamy Sunday afternoon here in Arlington, Texas. So why don't we tell you exactly how it feels? Let's look at the game time weather presented by City MD. Feeling under the weather? Just walk into City MD Urgent Care. It's 84 degrees. Humidity 41%. The wind 7 miles per hour. It is a beautiful day for baseball. It turns into be a big day for both teams. Rangers are trying to get that second wild card spot. The Yankees are making a run at the Red Sox for the American League East. Right now they're in good position for the first wild card in the American League. So the Rangers take the field, and we'll take a look at the Yankees starting lineup, which is presented by Lexus. Left fielder is Brett Gardner. He leads off. Batting second, the third baseman, Chase Headley. Gary Sanchez, the DH, hits third. Cleaning up, shortstop, Didi Gregorius. Sterling Castro at second base for about fifth. Batting sixth, right fielder, Aaron Judge. Greg Bird at first base, bat seventh. Batting eighth, the center fielder, Jacoby Ellsbury. And the catcher, batting ninth, Austin Romine.
Veteran right-hander on the mound this afternoon as we get ready to go here in Arlington, Texas. 29-year-old A.J. Griffin gets the start. 14 starts this year, 6-5. You can see the ERA just north of 9. And the walks and the strikeouts. Opponents hitting .242 against him. Let's check out our pitchers scouting report brought to you by your Tri-Honda dealers. He spent 2 months on the DL this year on the disabled list. A left intercostal muscle strain, and it took him a while to get back in the rotation. He's got a very good changeup, and the last one is Guitar Hero. You ever play that video game, Guitar Hero?
Yep.
Well, he is a real-life guitar hero. Writes his own songs, sings them both in English and in Spanish.
Bueno.
You can check him on VideoTube if you would like.
Let's take a look at the Rangers defense behind Griffin. And it's presented by our good friends at Geico. Ryan Ruiz in left. You've got DeShields in center. Mazzara over in right. In the infield, it's Gallo, Andrus, Odor, and Napoli. Third to first. Chirinos is behind the plate. And on the mound, Kenny Detail is A.J. Griffin. Yankees come in at 76 and 65. Rangers are 71 and 70. Right at the start, we'd like to send out best wishes to Richard Heller. Great Yankee fan, watches every single game, and everybody here at Yes and the New York Yankees as well say please get well soon. So hope you enjoy the game, Richard.
Griffin in his career has done well against the Yankees. 3 wins, no losses, a 2.37 ERA. Yankees going to try and turn that around somewhat this afternoon.
Brett Gardner's ready. Griffin's ready. Let's do it here in Texas. And the first pitch is a breaking ball strike, and we are underway. Yankees yesterday held without an extra base hit for just the 9th time this year, and they usually don't win when they're held without an extra base hit. Just their second win out of 9 in that situation. So the count 0-2 on Gardner. And the pitch. 1-2.
This is where usually Gardner goes into his protection mode.
Lined on one hop to Napoli. He'll beat Gardner to the bag. 1 away.
Instead, he hits the ball hard on the nose, and Napoli makes the play.
Here's Chase Headley. 8-game hitting streak for Headley. 12 for 30 during the streak. That's a .400 average. And you can see as they rest people, there's 4 guys for 3 spots. Headley's still in there playing third base. Todd Frazier has a day off.
Well, Headley can move around. He's played first, third. He's been the DH. It's hard to get him out of the lineup when you're hitting at a .400 clip.
As for Frazier, he's been hit 4 times with pitches over the last 3 games. Got hit on the elbow yesterday and swelled up like a ping pong ball that size. but Girardi said he could be used later in the game. That one skied to left field. On the run is Rua. He makes the play for the second out.
Yeah, hit well by Headley, but he couldn't get it into the gap as Rua comes over and makes the play. Rua has spent some of the year down at AAA Round Rock, but he's up in the big leagues now as the season is coming to a close. Today it's game number 142. Only 20 games left in the regular season.
And the Yankees, in the 20 remaining games, 17 of them are in New York. Now the next 3 are at Citi Field where they're the visiting team, but they get to sleep in their bed 17 out of the 20 games remaining on the schedule. Gary Sanchez takes a breaking ball low.
Sanchez with a hitting streak half as long as Headley's. Sanchez has a 4-gamer going.
That one drops over the inside corner. 1-1.
66 miles an hour. Slow hook.
Crushed left field. There it goes. See ya. A long home run for Gary Sanchez. 1-0 Yankees.
When that ball was hit, immediately you knew that it was gone. Wow. Number 29 on the season. Remember, he missed a month.
.412 feet. His 82nd ribby, as Kenny mentioned, his 29th home run. Here's Gregorius. 0-1.
Now, one thing you should remember that Griffin is a fly ball pitcher. And some of the fly balls go a lot further than the others. This was one of them. He's not really an overpowering pitcher, but he has a very good changeup. And you saw the slow curve, which was what, 66 miles an hour.
1-2 on Gregorius.
Didi homered in the opening game of this series. Career high 21st. If I'm a New Yorker and I came here today to see the Yankees, wouldn't you just try and get a ticket to go see the Giants tonight?
You would think so.
Yeah.
That one is going to drop in for a base hit. Odor couldn't get there. Mazzara couldn't get there. So a bloop single for Gregorius.
I don't know if Mazzara was fooled off the bat. He didn't seem to get a good jump. The ball hung up there for a while. Well, kind of off the end of the bat. You can see Odor going out, and he looks towards the right fielder, but he's not going to be able to get it. Mazzara plays it on a hop. And it could be headed to the Giant game tonight.
A lot of people are. I think what it went like, there's a lot of people that follow the Giants, and they came for the Giants. And Giant fans are usually Yankee fans, not 100%, but I'd say most of them. And so they know the Yankees are playing, and it's right across the parking lot.
Exactly.
So you come to this game, and then you go to Jerry's World.
You make it seem like an amusement park.
That's what it is. That's what they call it.
A big screen.
It's supposed to be unbelievable.
Yeah.
Cowboy and Giant fans coexisting is beautiful.
Yeah, well, you know, New Yorkers are thinking we can go back to New York with 2 wins.
Well, it's beautiful now because kickoff hasn't happened yet.
Another off-speed breaking ball has Castro out in front. After a hot series in Baltimore, Castro's just 1 for 8 here in Texas.
Fouled away.
That was a 65-mile-per-hour curveball. Which is, you getting into Texas, a big state. You get out in the middle of nowhere, out on Texas plains, you can go a lot faster than that.
Fly ball, center field. DeShields is there, and he'll put it away for the final out. But the Yankees get a run. Let me tell you what, tonight, Eli Manning wants to hit a bomb like this. 412 feet. When it lands, the Yankees have a run, and the Rangers are coming to bat. Jordan Montgomery. Rangers are 71-70. They'll lead off their center fielder, Delino DeShields. Shin-Soo Choo, the DH, will bat second. Hitting third, the shortstop, Elvis Andrus. Mike Napoli at first base cleans up. Batting fifth, the right fielder, Nomar Mazara. Robinson Chirinos will catch. He'll bat sixth. Batting seventh, third baseman Joey Gallo. Rougned Odor, second baseman, will bat eighth. And batting ninth, the left fielder, Ryan Rua.
24-year-old Jordan Montgomery getting the start, the left-hander this afternoon. This is, you can see his record, 7-7, trying to get over 500. 127 strikeouts. That's the most for any rookie pitcher in the American League. Let's check out our pitcher scouting report, brought to you by your Tri-Honda dealers. Well, this is his lone start against the Rangers. It's the first one he's ever had. And June 3rd at Toronto, he's had kind of a difficult time in day games. That's his only win in a day game this year. He's 1-5, and Kevin Kiermaier was the only batter he's hit this year. He's got the lowest total for hit batters among the Yankee starters, just one.
I think Joe Girardi's looking, hoping to get 5 or 6 innings out of him. Bullpen fairly well rested. And you'll find that the way Girardi manages this staff, Chad Green's always available on days that Jordan Montgomery pitches. So if Montgomery gives you 4 2/3, Green can come in and give you 2 1/3. And it's not about ineffectiveness. They still have a keen eye on the fact they don't want Montgomery to get over 180 innings pitched this year. And remember, his last start, they took him out 1 out away from getting a win. That was a strike, 2-2.
Yeah, that was in Baltimore back on September 4th, and he went 4 2/3. You're right, Green came in, went 2 1/3. Yankees won 7-4.
Now, it's not listed this way, but mentally you could say that today's starter is Montgomery Green. Yankees also see on the board, 5th inning. Tampa Bay is taking a 2-1 lead over the Boston Red Sox. Yankees will see Tampa Bay tomorrow at Citi Field. Monday and Tuesday nights, and then Wednesday afternoon. Strike 3. DeShields now looking. Let's take a look at the Yankees defense behind Montgomery, presented by our good friends at Geico. In the outfield, Gardner, Ellsbury, and Judge. Left to right, infield, Headley, Gregorius, Castro, and Bird, third to first. Romine behind the plate, Montgomery's on the mound. Chu takes inside.
Chu actually hits just slightly better against left-handers than he does right-handers this year. Always had a good on-base percentage.
Grounded to second, backing up and having it play him is Castro, who goes into right field. Chu reaches.
That's a good call, Michael. You could see that he got caught in between and let the ball play him. Either you got to attack or wait for the ball to come to you. Now he starts to retreat, trying to get the perfect hop. And I don't know if the ball hit the lip of the grass. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. But it gets by him. That should be an E4. Let's see. Did it hit the lip? No. It just takes a different hop off the grass than it would of the dirt. As we look at it on Yes Mo, brought to you by your Mercedes-Benz Tri-State dealer.
So that's an error on Castro. Here's Elvis Andrus. And a strike.
At .305 batting average has Andrus in the top 10 in the league in hitting. Having a career year offensively.
And 2 on the Rangers shortstop. This is 20 more home runs, 40 more doubles, and 20 more stolen bases. And the only 3 Rangers to do it. Andrus has now joined Soriano and Palmeiro. Hit hard into center. Right there is Ellsbury to make the play. 2 down.
We had mentioned that the Texas Rangers very similar to the team that the Yankees just played, the Baltimore Orioles, in their ability to hit for power. But one of the main differences between the two teams is that the Rangers actually steal bases. They steal at a much higher clip than the Orioles. The Rangers are second in the league in stolen bases to the Angels. And Shin-Soo Choo is one of those who will go from time to time. He is 12 out of 15, pretty good rate.
There's a strike to Napoli.
Napoli is he'd been struggling big time. 5 for his last 50.
Chu leads off first, held by Bird. They play Napoli to pull. Castro up the middle. Hit the other way, foul.
That is a major drought, especially for somebody with the power. He still has 29 home runs, so he's dangerous. Just hasn't been getting his hits lately.
Swing and a miss. Napoli down on strikes, so 2 strikeouts for Montgomery. No runs, no hits, 1 error. 1 man left on base. We've played 1 here in Texas. Yankees lead 1-0. Brought to you by Toyota. Prius Prime is the official hybrid vehicle of the New York Yankees. Will the Dodgers be able to turn things around before the playoffs begin? Why or why not? Jacob Stern said yes. Darvish, Kershaw, and Bellinger can carry them to the pennant and potentially to a World Series title. Follow Yes Network and tweet us your responses using hashtag Yankees Prius Prime. Keep the conversation going. Kenny, you have that sort of lead.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw with the 1998 Yankees, they won 114 games. They could have won more. But there's a flat spot in September when you're getting ready for the postseason.
It's hard to stay hot the whole season long, and especially when you got a big lead. And every once in a while you have a little streak. But I think the Dodgers went on a 1-9, and you know, they kind of dropped back a little bit. But their lead is so tremendous that they're going to the playoffs. They got the team that can turn it around, though.
Count 2-0 on Judge. Grounded foul, 2-1. Judge is now at 274. Has 39 home runs, 87 runs batted in, on base percentage of .409. He's walked 106 times, and he's slugging at .568. Slow breaking ball, 2-2.
64.
That's not even breaking the speed limit.
He's tossed it up there a few times. I'm not so sure this would have been a strike, but you can see that the swing made it so.
2-2. Three and 2.
Judge had a 5-game hitting streak broken yesterday.
Walk number 107. And that ties, now actually passes, that sets the record most walks by a rookie. So Les Fleming had 106, Ted Williams 105, so that breaks the tie with Fleming. So no rookie has ever walked more.
They're going to save the ball.
And they saved the ball. Boy, Stevie's on top of everything.
Yeah, he is. But does he know that Judge also set the American League record for strikeouts by a rookie the other day?
I don't think he saved that ball.
I don't think he saved that one. It's an amazing feat. That, and a lot of, I think at Baltimore, what, he walked 6 times in Baltimore?
Yep.
They just said they didn't want any part of it.
Bird, fly ball, center field. The Shields makes the play, 1 away.
That's impressive to have that type of patience in a young hitter. He's only going to improve. You know, you might see the walk totals about the same or maybe go up some, but I think you'll see the strikeout totals come down over the years.
It's kind of amazing, Kenny. His strike zone has to be bigger than anybody else's in baseball.
Yeah.
And they still can't throw strikes to him, or they won't. There's Ellsbury, had a big hit in yesterday's game. There's a strike. Ellsbury's done some job since Hicks has gotten hurt. Since the first of the month, 7-game hitting streak, hitting .440. 5 runs scored, 5 ribbies.
You can see that Griffin's not a hard thrower. That was his fastball, 85 miles an hour. When you had pitchers that didn't throw very hard, a lot of hitters will go to a heavier bat. They will try. What I tried to do is lean back on my back leg a little bit more. Try and stay back as much as I could, knowing that he wouldn't be able to throw it by me.
One and 2.
It's almost like you're sitting on your back leg and just waiting for the ball to come. In this day and age, pitchers like Griffin don't come along very often. Mostly everybody's throwing 90, 95 plus. And he's 85, 86 at tops.
Popped up. Gallo makes the play for the second out.
Completely different approach as a hitter.
Here's Austin Romine. 3 for 10 on this road trip. Snap throw to first, and Judge back in plenty of time.
Romine did a good job during the Baltimore series when Sanchez was being suspended. The Yankees won 2 out of 3.
Center field coming on is DeShields, and he makes the play for the final out. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a walk record. We go to the bottom of the second, 1-0 Yanks. Healthcare, rough season for Carlos Gomez. Placed on the 10-day DL May 16th. Strained right hamstring. Didn't play until June 16th. Then placed on the 10-day DL August 19th. A right shoulder cyst. And he left yesterday's game in the second inning with a right ankle sprain, out indefinitely.
Well, let's take a look. Right out of the box there, you can see he turned his ankle over. And could barely get down to first baseline at all. And well, about 20 games left. You wonder how quickly that's going to heal when you get back in his Ranger lineup. But Jeff Bannister down one outfielder.
Nomar Mazara is going to lead off. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 in the Rangers' order against Montgomery. There's a strike.
Mazara's had himself a good year. Top 10 in runs batted in. You get the sense that
we mentioned that the Rangers are battling for one of the wild card positions, and the reason why is you know, some of these stats. Yesterday, Kenny, they suffered their 17th loss on the team's last at bat, the opposing team's last at bat. Only 3 teams are worse: Philly, Milwaukee, and St. Louis. Philly 21, Milwaukee 19, St. Louis 18. And they suffered their 34th loss by 1 or 2 runs.
Those are tough to swallow. I mean, especially the game has gone down to the wire and you can't put it away.
Yep.
For one reason or the other. Usually your bullpen has a lot to do with it. Another thing about them this year, they're still in the wild card mix, as you said, but they've never been more than 2 games over 500 all season long. Today they come in 1 game over.
2-1 now on Chirinos.
So they haven't been able to break out on a streak like the Cleveland Indians or Arizona Diamondbacks. Well, who has? Or the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Well, Girardi was saying today how difficult it is to have a winning streak as long as what the Indians are doing. He said, you would think that your starters, they're going to have a bad start thrown in there. It's very difficult to do that.
Well, not only do they have a good starting staff, but I imagine on days when they didn't pitch particularly well, they hit well that day.
A lot of publications are saying up and down. From 1 to 25, they might be the best team in baseball. In terms of talent, their lineup is stacked. They play good defense. They have a very good bullpen.
They have some players having some good years. Jose Ramirez, Francisco Lindor.
High fly ball, right field and deep. Going back, Judge on the track, at the wall. See ya. Tie game.
Well, as I was watching batting practice today, the ball was flying here in Texas. And for Chirinos, his 17th home run. This adds to his career high. And he has reached safely in 24 consecutive games now. You saw Judge just drifting back like he had a shot at it. But this is going to end up about 5 or 6 rows deep. Let's see where the pitch is. Out over the plate for sure. And Chirinos goes the other way.
Here's Joey Gallo. Watch this, Kenny. If you watch Gallo, his front foot is out of the box. If the Yankees want to call attention to it, they can make him move his front foot. His heel is out of the box.
I see what you mean. But I think when he makes contact, his foot's got to be in the box.
I think when the pitch is being delivered. Because then you'd have guys setting up behind the line.
And then running into the batter's box. On that particular pitch, his heel was up off the ground.
His heel was up, yeah. But as they would say across the street, does it break the plane?
And unfortunately, I'll be on a plane. I won't be able to see that game. Gallo's got all kinds of power.
And he walks.
And he's done something that no other player in baseball history has ever done. 40 of his first 100 hits in the major leagues were home runs. And it's a lot of homer or nothing for Joey Gallo.
He has 104 career hits, and 44 of them are home runs. Tampa Bay now leads 3-1 over the Red Sox, top of the 6th inning at Fenway. Rick Porcello on the mound for Boston. There's Rougned Odor. And a strike.
We were talking about Rougned the other night that we were kind of amazed that his batting average is just .214. Still showing the power numbers with the 28 home runs, but it's almost as if he's gotten to the home run mode this year.
High fly ball, right field. Judge makes the play. 2 outs. There's Ryan Rua. He was recalled on Friday. 4th time he's been up to the Texas Rangers. Actually started the season on their opening day roster.
So he's on the Round Rock
Express.
Shuttle. Yeah. Round Rock Express.
Well, you look in the stands, a lot of people are fanning themselves. So, although it doesn't say 90 degrees, it feels very hot today. The 0-1. 0-2.
I can imagine what it was like here back in July. That's when we usually come here. I looked at the schedule this year. I said, well, we're not coming here in July. That's a good thing.
Ground ball and through for a base hit. So a single for Rua. Gallo moves to second. That'll bring up DeShields with runners on first and second.
We were talking about DeShields the other night, and his dad, and his dad was a speedy base stealer. Shields has a long way to go before he catches his dad. His dad had 463 major league stolen bases. 13-year career. And right now, his dad, Delino, also Delino DeShields, is managing. He's a AAA manager for the Cincinnati Reds in Louisville.
One and 0. And that one gets away from Romine. Runners move up. Wild pitch.
We know Montgomery has a very sharp breaking ball, and he likes to get hitters to chase it out of the zone. That one gets away from Romine. Runners will move up on the wild pitch. Now, unlike his dad, Delano is a right-handed hitter. His dad was a left-handed hitter. Left-handed hitting second baseman.
Second and third, 2 outs, 2-0 count on DeShields. It's a 1-1 game, bottom of the second inning. You take a look at the Yankee bullpen, Kenny. Usually they're all sitting on the seats by the wall, which are in sunlight. Out there now, they're like hiding in the shade. They're not even facing the field, most of them.
It's a little toasty out there.
Changeup swung on and missed, and then you look at the Rangers, and it's no accident their bullpen is in the shade from the overhang. And this looks like a crowded theater.
It's like they're sitting on a bus.
Yeah. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. 1-1 game. We're in the second. And the pitch. Grounded to short. Charging Gregorius. And he gets the speedy DeShields for the final out of the inning. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We play 2. It's 1-1. On every device. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live. Plus, get a free subscription to At-Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. All right, we will go to the 3rd inning. Tied at 1. Top of the Yankee order. Brett Gardner takes a strike from A.J. Griffin. Grounded and past the diving Gallo, and into left field, a base hit for Gardner. So he starts up the inning with a single.
Gallo was in about on the grass, just guarding against the bunt, and that gave Gardner's hot smash a better chance of getting by him. Slash and dash. See Gallo right there. Couldn't react quickly enough. The ball's in the left field. And Gardner has a leadoff single.
There's Chase Headley. 0-1.
Griffin doesn't throw very hard, so that gives Gardner even more time to get down to second. So a pitcher who knows he's not overpowering, he's got to have a good pickoff move, and he's got to pay attention to the runners over at first. Yeah, he was pretty quick to the plate right there.
One to Headley. Snap throw to first. Gardner dives back.
Chirino's feeling good about things. Hit one in the seats. Now he's trying to pick somebody off. I'll tell you what, those fingernails will get your attention. Watch him when he gives the signs here. And look at those, bright yellow.
Throw over?
Yeah, it looks like it.
We better watch out, Kenny.
Yeah, I was thinking.
We just stole the sign.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Somebody might report us.
Yeah. Used to be when the catchers put the thumb out. That was the flipper hitter. It's throw it up. Yeah, throw it up and in.
3-2.
All right, good chance that Gardner will be on the move here. He's one steal away from a 2020 season. 20 home runs. He's got 19 stolen bases.
Runner goes. They'll do it again.
Well, by having him on the move, if Headley gets an extra base hit, Gardner has the speed, he could score. Or if it's a ground ball, you stay out of the double play. Gardner getting his work in, getting his wind sprints in.
High fly ball. The Shields is there for the first out.
Got Headley just a little bit out in front.
That's going to bring up Gary Sanchez. Very rare to come up for the second time, and the home run that you hit the first inning hasn't landed yet. But that was out in an eye blink. It took quite a trip. 29th home run.
Look out.
And he gets plunked. Now, it would seem suspicious after a home run, but he doesn't want to move Brett Gardner to second and put 2 runners on here in the 3rd inning.
I would hope not. Let's get another look at it. If you can see where the target is, sometimes that's an indication. Yeah, the target's in, so that would tell you he missed the target. He wanted to get it in. He leaves it out over the plate. He gets hit. Instead, Sanchez gets hit. So I'm going to give him a. Nobody likes the guy. I didn't like to get hit, whether it was intentional or not. But sometimes you feel when you walk down to first, man, he didn't mean it, just got away. And there are other times. One way you can tell is when the pitcher goes through the windup. Now, he wasn't in the windup, but when he comes over to start to throw the ball, if he's looking directly at you,
right,
that tells you you're the target.
Rip foul.
And then I knew that it was on purpose. Usually their eyes are set on the glove, and you can see that the target isn't you. You can see they're looking at something else, trying to hit that target. But when sometimes they turn and they're looking directly at you, that tells you right away something's up.
Well, he wants to talk with his catcher, Chirinos. That one is ripped to right field. It is a base hit. Gardner rounds 3rd. He'll score easily. The ball goes to the wall. Sanchez is at 3rd. They're going to hold him up there. It's an RBI double for Gregorius, and the Yankees lead 2-1.
Here's another thing about hitting batters. If you do it on purpose or not, you're setting up opportunities for the guys that follow them in the order. And Didi cashes in. He's 2 for 2. He's been one of the best road hitters in the American League this year, and he rips this one to the corner. The Yankees are in business here. Second and third with one man out. They got to run in and have taken the lead. Gregorius comes through with a big hit.
'69th ribby for Gregorius. He's 2 for 2. Grounded to third. Gary Sanchez is safe, and everybody's safe as Castro made it. So Gallo said, I'm going to take a chance at Sanchez, and almost got him, but Sanchez slides in ahead.
Well, Castro will reach on the fielder's choice, and he thought he had Sanchez too far off the bag. Sanchez realized, if I keep going home, I'm going to be out. He makes it back to third. We're going to see how close this play really is, because Gallo decides I can get him. But he didn't. You can see he's definitely late with the tag, and the Yankees have the bases loaded now.
And that necessitates a trip to the mound, as they'll face Judge with the bases loaded. Now, just to clear something up, Judge walked his last time up. So that was 107 walks for him, which we said is the new rookie record. Now, I was confused because in past lists that I've used, Ted Williams has 107 walks as a rookie, so I thought that it was a tie. But the official statistician of Major League Baseball is the Elias Sports Bureau. And the Elias Sports Bureau has Ted Williams in his rookie year walking 106 times. So that is the record that Major League Baseball pays attention to. Everything else is not official. Elias is official, so the 107 is in fact the record. It's not the tie. So now he comes over the bases loaded. One man out. Yankees lead 2-1. Off speed and a high fly ball to Mazzara. Tagging is Sanchez. The catch is made. Mazzara will make the throw to third, cut off by Andrus. It's a sac fly for Judge, and the Yankees lead 3-1.
Judge didn't waste any time picking on the first pitch. Sanchez tags, scores easily. A run batted in, number 88 for Aaron Judge. Just 11 away from his number.
Nick Martinez getting ready.
Let me ask you this, Michael. On the play at third base, if Gallo had thrown the ball to first for the out, I don't think Sanchez would have scored anyway. He wasn't that far off the bag. That's why he was able to get back. So if he had tried to score, I think they would have had to play at home plate. But Napoli would have had to make the throw.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Slow breaking ball, strike to Greg Bird.
Let's take another look here. The ball is hit. Gallo, I believe if he goes to first, Sanchez is less than a third of the way down. That's why he was able to get back.
Popped up. Left side. Gallo in foul territory makes a play, and that'll do it. But the Yankees take the lead. 2 runs on 2 hits and 2 men left on base. better time to buy a new Hyundai than now. See your local Hyundai dealer or visit buyhyundai.com. By City MD, when you need a doctor, just walk into City MD Urgent Care. And by People's United Wealth Management, ready to help you set tomorrow in motion. Well, that looks pretty good.
Looks like it's going to last you 9 innings. I'd like to see the bun that goes with that thing.
Grilled onions, nothing like it. They call that the boomstick. All right, we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. 3-1 Yankees lead. It'll be Chu, Andrus, and Napoli against Montgomery. And a strike. Grounded to first. Bird takes it to first, 1 away. You know, Kenny, you talk about managers that have never played in the major leagues, like Buck Showalter and Earl Weaver, and some of those guys manage with a bit of a chip on their shoulder because they never played the game and they want to show the players that they know the game. Well, Jeff Bannister slides in just under the wire. He spent 5 days in the big leagues. He had 1 big league at bat. 1 big league at bat. 1 big league game in 1991. He got a single off the Braves' Dan Petrie. That's his only major league hit. So he's not one of those managers who never played.
He's batting 1,000.
That's right.
It's funny you mention that because during one season was Earl Weaver's birthday.
Right.
And the writers asked various players what they would give Earl for his birthday, and Kiko Garcia said, "I'd give him 1 day in the big league so he could see it's not so easy." And they asked Lee May, and I knew they shouldn't have asked him. And he said, "I'm not giving him anything. He didn't give me anything on my birthday." I wish I had thought of that.
3-0 on Andrus. And the pitch. So he walks him on 4 pitches. Second walk by Montgomery.
First baseman,
I think Bannister was in the Pirates system or 29 years, wasn't it? Something like that.
Yeah, he was selected in the 25th round by Pittsburgh in 1986.
I mean, not as a player 29 years, but as a coach and a manager in the minor league system and coach in the big leagues. He coached on the staff of Clint Hurdle for many years.
He was one of the finalists for that job that Hurdle got. You know, tough games and tough situations don't really scare him because he played for Baytown Junior College in Texas, and he broke his neck in a home plate collision, paralyzed from the neck down for 10 days. Broke 3 vertebrae in his neck, had 3 surgeries, and obviously tough guy is managing the Texas Rangers, so he's come a long way.
2 straight division titles. This is his 3rd year.
And in 2015, he won his Manager of the Year title in the American League. Finally getting his chance, making the most of it. 2-1. 2-2 on Napoli. Top of the 7th, Tampa Bay 4 and the Red Sox 1. Yankees 4.5 games out, 4 in the loss column. And after today, 20 games remain for the Yanks. Two on Napoli, runner at first, 1 man out. Napoli struck out in the first. Still 2-2.
Well, you look at Napoli's averaging, it's gone down with a strikeout, but it started a day of 193. That's not Mike Napoli. That's, you usually see him sitting around 250 with a lot of home runs. He still has the homers.
Ripped into center field. Ellsbury makes the play on the sinking liner for the second out.
Maybe it's been a lot of that for Napoli this year. A lot of hard hit balls that get caught. And here's the play by the ball. Looked like they'd had a little overspin on it. Ellsbury stays with it, down on one knee, makes the play for out number 2.
Here's Nomar Mazara. Yankees lead 3-1. Mazara with a pop up to Gregorius in the second. Fouls it back.
You know, they have stats for everything in this day and age, and one of them is the swing and miss percentage. And Montgomery is in the top 8 in the league. In fact, the Yankees have 4 pitchers in the top 8. Tanaka, Montgomery, Severino, and Sonny Gray. Swing and miss percentage. Corey Kluber leads the league.
Time called at the last moment. Montgomery was about to go into the wind.
And with Montgomery, it's more often than not, it's his breaking ball that he gets the swing and miss on. Good, sharp, downer.
0-2.
That wasn't his best one as Mazara made contact, but he's got him deep in the hole. No balls and 2 strikes. Take a look at the last pitch. Just kind of hung up a little bit. He might have got away with one. Anytime you see the catcher, you saw Romine pat the dirt. I want this. If you have to bounce it, bounce it. Yep, wants it down there again.
Rounded to first. Bird steps on the bag, and that'll do it. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base.
Look at
Oh, there's the boomstick.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my. That'll be a boomstick for a long time.
Oh my
crisp Coors Light. How about this guy, Giancarlo Stanton, hit his 54th. What a year he's having. Tied for the most home runs in baseball since 2010. Jose Bautista at 54 that year for the Blue Jays. OPS of 1.024.
What do they say? Home runs come in bunches? His whole season's been a bunch.
Amazing. And look at how many he's hit since the All-Star game.
Yeah.
Audi scoreboard 3-1 Yankees lead. We're in the 4th inning. Rubber game of this 3-game set. Yankees won yesterday. Rangers won on Friday.
Now you got Gallo in at third, but you've got Odor back on the grass. And as slow as Griffin is throwing, if you could drag a bunt by him. Not anymore. He's got 2 strikes now.
You know, Stan's had 28 home runs since the All-Star game and 54 runs batted in. I think something clicked in him when he lost the home run derby in his home ballpark.
Well, yeah.
That's it to say, oh, yeah?
Well, you can thank Gary Sanchez for that, huh?
And a lot of people think the home run derby takes a lot out of you, not out of Stanton and Sanchez.
It might have given him some impetus to hit some home runs in the second half. That hit him?
That hit him.
Yeah.
So Ellsbury hit by pitch will take first to lead off the 4th.
Well, not only hitting a batter who has speed.
So here's Romine. Fly ball to center. That was in the 2nd. Fouled away.
Romine taking a long look at Joe Espada, the third base coach, who was flashing some signs for the Yankees.
That one is ripped into left field. It's a base hit for Romine.
Well, obviously it was signed for a base hit to left, and the Yankees have 2 men on. Looked like another pitch up in the zone. Yeah, didn't get it down. Just below the letters, and Romine strokes it into left field. Hanging hook.
And that's going to do it for A.J. Griffin. They'll go to Nick Martinez with Gardner up first and second, nobody out. And their commitment to providing hope and new happy memories to the children of our fallen heroes while on active duty since 9/11. By bringing children together from all over the world, Snowball Express provides an annual life-changing event to make each child feel special as we remember the lives of their parents. We remember. Visit foxsportsupports.com to learn how you can help.
There's your new pitcher, Nick Martinez. Had been a starter. This is his 20th appearance. 3-6. ERA is up there. And he comes on in relief of A.J. Griffin. Michael's from your alma mater, huh?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Another Fordham Flash.
Guess that means he'll be working for Yes in the future, huh?
Gardner 1 for 2. They're playing for a bunt. But they don't get one. He slashes one into left center field. It is a base hit, and that's going to go all the way to the wall. Ellsbury scores. Here comes Romine. He'll score. It's a 2-run triple for Gardner, and the Yankees lead 5-1.
It is so much fun to watch Brett Gardner run. Now, first of all, he's going to drive into 2 runs with the triple. But I think the triple is the most exciting play in baseball. I mean, we're getting many home runs, and the triple's almost being lost in the shuffle. But Gardner hits this towards the gap, and he just lets it fly from the beginning. About right here, he says, I'm going for 3. And he is in there with a 2-run triple.
Infield in for Headley as Martinez deals low.
I've said this before. It's almost like you can hear the William Tell overture playing in your mind when somebody like Gardner's running out a triple.
Sliced, foul.
I used to love watching Bernie Williams run out triples, and Brett Gardner's right up there. And you're all out of breath when you get there, but you feel good. You've driven in 2 runs. Bernie had that sort of like track star stride. Yeah, looked like it was 200 meters.
Two and 1 on Headley, who's had a fly ball to left and a fly ball to center. 5-1 Yanks.
Was triple number 4 for Gardner. He leads the Yankees.
There's a base hit up the middle as Gardner will score. It's a 9-game hitting streak for Headley, and it's a 6-1 Yankee lead.
Yeah, you bring in the infield with a hitter like Headley up, has been as hot as he has been. You realize he's probably going to hit the ball pretty hard, and he hits it right back through the middle, through the drawn-in infield. Gardner scores. Brett Gardner scored a couple of runs today. He's getting closer to that 100 runs scored mark. Gardner has now scored 88 runs on the year.
Here's Sanchez, 2 runs scored today. A home run, and he was hit by a pitch and then scored. Swing and a miss. Line drive, a base hit down the left field line. Headley rounding second, going to third. Rua digging it out of the corner. Headley will stop at third. It's a double for Sanchez, and the Yankees have second and third. Still nobody out.
Well, that was a broken bat double. Give up the double for the extra base hit. They give up the bat for the extra base hit. Like just a little ahead of it, but still got it over Gallo's head at third. And the Yankees have 2 more runners in scoring position here in the 4th inning. So it's Joe Espada. Gets down the line to see what the left fielder does with the ball. If he bobbles it at all, he might have sent Headley, but Rua got it back in cleanly, and it's second and third with nobody out.
Line drive, right field. It's a base hit for Gregorius. Scoring is Headley. Moving to third is Sanchez, and the Yankees are pouring it on. It's 7-1.
And Martinez has come out of the bullpen and thrown some gasoline on the fire here. 4 straight hits, a triple, a single, a double, and another single. The Yankees have almost hit for the cycle against him. Didi 3 for 3 this afternoon. That's his second run batted in. Continue to blister the ball on the road. Sanchez wasn't sure if it's going to be caught, and he's going to hold it third.
70 ribbies for Didi, and that ties his career high set last year. And he had 100 more plate appearances last year than he does right now. Now, Yohander Mendez is up. So at 7-1, the Rangers will play the infield back at short and second, looking for a double play off the bat of Castro. Aaron Judge on deck. Yankees 4 runs in and still nobody out. First and third. Hit batter. Single, triple, single, double, single. There's a strike, 2-1. He's gotten his breath back, Brett Gardner, after his triple. Two-one. Grounded to short. There's one. There's two. Scoring is Sanchez. It's 8-1 Yankees. Obviously no RBI for Castro.
Right fielder, Judge.
Yankees lead 8-1. Here's Aaron Judge. Bases are clear, 2 outs. On the scoreboard's hoping against hope. They have 1 fewer run than the Yankees have. Yankees are leading 8-1, but on the scoreboard here in center, or right center, it's 7-1. I'm not giving the Yankees the 5th run yet. The outs are wrong as well. They were all kind of discombobulated with this inning. Two and one.
Maybe they're hoping that nobody sees it.
3-1. They have the count wrong. They have the score wrong. They don't have 2 outs. That Texas heat has gotten to the scoreboard operators. Rip foul. I think that bounced up and hit the young man in the face. Looks like he's okay. Looks like he's all right. And then he gave the ball away. Now he's checking if he has his teeth. So a 3-2 count on Judge. Martinez sets and deals.
Tried him again.
He showed me something. He was going for it again. High fly ball, right center field. There it goes. See ya. A home run for Judge, his 40th of the year, and the Yankees lead 9-1.
And they have now hit for the cycle against Nick Martinez here in the 4th inning.
Well, that fan got his wish. Judge got his 40th home run, his 89th run batted in, and the Yankees have a 9-1 lead. That is going to do it for Nick Martinez. Bannister will go to the bullpen again. Yankees 9-1. The opposite way. 40th home run of the year. He becomes the second rookie in Major League history to hit 40 home runs in a season. Mark McGwire, the other. McGwire had 49 in 1987 with the Oakland Athletics. And this just cleared the Chai of Mazara's leap. And he's joining a select group of 25-year-olds as well. 40 home run seasons aged 25 or younger. Yankees all-time Judge now joins Ruth, Gehrig, DiMaggio, and Mantle. Nice names to join.
Goodness.
Mount Rushmore names. So Mendez takes over and he will face Bird. High pop-up. Napoli makes the play for the final out of the 4th. But the Yankees break open the game. The final run off the bat of Aaron Judge. 9-1 Bombers. Tampa Bay Rays. Start your game day at 6:30 with the Chevy Yankees pregame. Then Al Leiter will join me at Citi Field to call all the action right here on Yes and streaming on Fox Sports Go. We're trying to get the scoreboard right, but we'll help them out. It's 9-1 Yankees. That's 6. Come on. Give me another one. Come on. Come on. One more. Not doing it.
3 more. What do you mean 1 more?
I'm taking it one at a time,
Yeah.
Ken. I can't ask for too much. Well, we'll get back to you, scoreboard. Now, Jordan Montgomery has a 9-1 lead. And he deals to Chirinos a strike. Audi scoreboard. 9-10-1, leading 1-2-0. They have the scoreboard, the big scoreboard, in right center, correct. And now they've corrected all of them. I will tell you what's going on in the booth. Kenny put down his headset. The game is irrelevant right now because the great Kay Mercer has dropped by to say hello. Our great buddy Bobby's widow, and she follows the Yankees closely. She's down there, so she came to the game. And there they are. See? It's like I'm not even here. That's the most important K in the booth right now. One, 2. 2-2. Kenny, I told our audience that you were talking the most important K.
Well, it's certainly today. Kay Mercer has joined us in the booth.
3-2.
Very kind of her to stop by.
Now, Kenny, if you want to tick off a manager, your team just scored you 6 runs, you have a 9-1 lead, you better not walk the leadoff guy. And that's what he did. And even Montgomery, disgusted with himself, he turned his back away from home plate. You just can't do that.
Yeah.
If he hits a home run, it's 9-2.
Third walk of the afternoon. He's had at least 1 in the last 3 innings. The only reason you might want to give him a pass, he was sitting in the dugout while the Yankees were scoring all those runs. It took a little while for them to get that done. Maybe got a little bit out of his rhythm. Kay Mercer said she's here with 18 of her friends.
I don't even have 18
Yeah.
friends. And here they are.
Yeah.
Kay travels with a crowd.
It's Kay in the green shirt there. Right. Looks like they're having a good time. 9-1 lead.
That's a little early to be drunk. Count 2-0. 3-0 on Gallo.
Now, if he walked the first guy, how do you think Joe's going to feel if he walks the second
I
guy?
think there might be another walk. Larry Rothschild out to the mound.
Well, they're starting to move around in the Yankee bullpen.
Well, you know what? If you don't stick around to get the win here, shame on you for doing this.
And Joe's on the phone.
And here comes Larry. Again, I know he was on the bench for a while, but that's really unacceptable. You throw the ball down the middle and
let him hit it.
Let him hit it. Let your defense work.
Who do you think is going to be first one up? My guess is Chad Green, and he's moving around. It's him.
This Chiropractic telecast presented by authority of the New York Yankees. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees.
You know, Montgomery has to remember his last start. 4 2/3 innings in Baltimore and couldn't get the victory because he didn't qualify for it.
You know, one thing I don't like about this, Kenny, I don't. Chad Green's too valuable to be using in a 9-1 game. I want him in a tight game. So if you're going to use him here for 2 innings, not going to be available tomorrow against Tampa Bay. Here's Odor. Breaking ball, and you see that all the time when a guy can't throw strikes.
Yeah, but you got to get back into your rhythm with a breaking ball. It forces you to concentrate and get that ball over and into the zone as opposed to just throwing a fastball. You know what, though? We mentioned before the game, usually it's Montgomery and Green. Right. That's the way it's worked out.
And I know that Joe game plans these things, probably game planned it on Thursday, that I'm going to relieve Montgomery with Green. But again, Green is one of the best relievers in baseball the way he's pitching. And it almost seems wrong to waste him in a 9-1 game. But Joe wants to win this game.
Win a series and then move on.
One.
Another nice pitch. He's gone to his secondary pitches to get 2 strikes here. Good curve and an excellent changeup. He's had problems getting his fastball over the plate.
Grounded foul. And now once you start warming him up like this, you're definitely bringing him in. Whether it's this inning or next, he's definitely coming in.
It's just a matter of when. You're right. What's the pitch count? Just 72.
Top of the 9th inning at Fenway, 4-1 Tampa Bay leads.
Yeah, it sounds at top of the 9th. Bottom of the 9th sounds like Alex Colomé coming in the game, who's had a pretty good year for Tampa Bay, closing out games.
You know, Lou and Rob Kakuza, clubhouse guys.
They're both on the trip.
Right. They asked if I could, along with you, wish their mom and dad, Lou and Joan Kakuza, 57th wedding anniversary.
Oh, my goodness.
57 years.
Congratulations. Now, their dad used to run the visiting clubhouse in New York.
So happy anniversary. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Odor down on strikes, 1 away.
His dad liked me a lot because I never asked him for anything. I usually ate at home. I'm not, you know, grew up in New York. Go to my parents' house and eat. You know, I'd seen a lot of Broadway shows, so I didn't need any tickets for shows or anything like that.
And you tip well.
Yeah.
Perfect visiting player.
Yeah. You gonna eat anything? No, I'm going home to my mom's house.
Here's Ryan Rua, first and second. 1 man out in the bottom of the 4th. Rip foul.
Now this is a dangerous spot, because all 3 home runs that Rua's hit in the big leagues this year, they've had at least 2 men on base. He's had 1 grand slam.
0-2.
And he's swinging like he wants another 3-run homer, but he's in the hole here.
Just got a piece. Still 0-2. So 2 walks to open up the inning. Chirinos and Gallo. Then a strikeout of Odor. Now the count 0-2 on the number 9 hitter, Ryan Rua.
Change up grip right there.
Fly ball left field, going back. Gardner, it's over his head and off the base of the wall. Chirinos scores. Gallo moves to third. It's an RBI double for Rua, and it's 9-2 Yankees.
Rua's second hit of the game. And one of those walks comes in to score. Yeah, it looked like it was a changeup. And ripped off the wall in left field.
And that is going to do it for Jordan Montgomery. So a 9-1 lead going to the bottom of the 4th, and he will not get the W, as Girardi will call on Chad Green. We told you at the start, the starter for the Yankees today is Montgomery Green. So the Montgomery portion of the game is over. Green coming in now with runners on second and third.
Tonight, September 14th, when the first 10,000 guests 21 and older in attendance will receive Yankees earbuds courtesy of the parking spot. For tickets, log on to Yankees.com, visit Yankee Stadium ticket windows, Yankees clubhouse shops, or call Ticketmaster at 877-469-9849. Those look pretty sharp.
Well, Chad Green will take over.
Sparkling numbers. 3-0, 1.93. The last few really grab you. 92 strikeouts in 60 2/3 innings, and opponents are hitting 139 against him. Jordan Montgomery can't be happy with himself after walking the first 2. I know another reason I think he gets quick hooks is because the Yankees are trying to limit his innings on the year.
Right.
Yeah, they want to protect his arm as much as they can, but they want him to at least qualify for wins and get to 5. But when you got somebody backing up like Green, I think that's the reason why they go to him real quick.
And Green deals a ball to DeShields, 1-0. Second and third, 1 man out. Yankees play the infield back. A ground ball will give the Rangers another run. Fly ball right side. Makes the seats out of play.
Green has thrown 8 more innings than Dylan Betances this year and has 1 more strikeout than Dylan. Dylan, year in and year out, has 100+ strikeouts out of the bullpen. So Green's going to join him this year.
Fly ball. Right center. Ellsbury makes the catch. Tagging Gallo. He'll score. Rua moves to third. Sac fly for DeShields. And the Yankees are now up 9-3.
On that fly ball, did you see Judge pass in front of Ellsbury?
I think Judge felt, let me make the catch, I have the better arm. But Ellsbury just got caught.
Yeah.
What do you think happened there?
I think that they both wanted to make the catch. I don't think there was a play at home.
No, but there could have been a play at third.
Yeah, that's true.
Pitch to Chu. Fouled away.
Let's take a look at that fly ball. And you can see Ellsbury calling for it on Yesmo. That center fielder is the ultimate. You can see like ships passing in the night. One was a battleship.
Count 0-2. Swing and a miss. Chu down on strikes. Rangers get 2 back on 2 walks, 1 hit, and 1 man left. We go to the 5th. A field that he knows very well with the Tampa Bay Rays, as the Yankees and the Rays will play their 3-game set at Citi Field starting tomorrow night. GMC scoreboard here In the 5th, it's Yankees 9 and Texas 3. And Ellsbury leads off and takes a ball. Two and 0.
It almost hit Ellsbury. Almost second time he was hit today.
A base hit for Ellsbury. That gives him an 8-game hitting streak. Goes into the corner, and he has himself a double.
And what you're seeing with Ellsbury, and as Michael said, the 8-game hitting streak, and mostly in this streak, he's been batting down in the order. So that means the Yankees are getting a lot of production for the bottom part, setting it up for the top part of the order.
As we come closer to the top part, the top 3 hitters today, 5 for 8 with 4 runs batted in. And that's through 4 innings. And here's Romine. 9-3 Yankees. We're in the top of the 5th. 4 field goals in this game. Popped up right side. Going to be a tough play. Mazara coming on. Slides. He can't make the play. It falls in. Ellsbury heads to third, and Romine gets himself a double. And it looks like
Odor might be hurt.
Odor could be hurt.
Yeah. Looked like he tripped over Mazara as they both were approaching the ball. That's the second ball we've seen fall in that area today. And Odor looks like he's in some pain. Looked at as they converged on the ball. It looked like as Odor is going to reach out and try and make the catch, and I think the ball actually hit his glove. No, it did not. Ball falls in, and you can see he trips over the left leg of Mazara and immediately hits the ground in pain. And that knees aren't supposed to twist like that.
Look at his left leg. That's one kind of gets caught under Mazara, and then he tumbles to the ground.
So this is going to go as a double for Romine. And Odor is now on his feet and walking around trying to walk it off. Yep, at the last second there, it looks like he saw Mazara coming and tried to jump over him and couldn't do it. Let's see what they're going to do here. Looks like he's coming out of the game.
Well, they have to be careful with him. They have a lot invested in him. After last year, they signed a 6-year, $49.5 million contract, keeps him with them through 2023. And he started off the season earning that contract, Kenny, 2 home runs off Corey Kluber. But the odd part of that contract, he had to get 2 horses.
What?
Yeah, that was part of the deal. $49.5 million and 2 horses. He has 6 horses now, and he wanted 2 horses.
Are these thoroughbreds or?
Not quite sure. They're horses. Well, let's hope he's okay. You know, the Rangers are rooting for that. Drew Robinson takes over. So Robinson is ready as Odor leaves the game, and back to the top of the order and Brett Gardner. Gardner. Single, triple, 2 runs scored, 2 runs batted in. Yankees lead 9-3, top of the 5th. Infield plays back at short and second. Got good speed at third, Ellsbury. You've got Romine at second, who is now 2 for 3 on the day. One and 0.
Chance for Gardner here to pick up an RBI with a ground ball to second and then set it up for Headley, who's on deck. Mendez made his major league debut last year. Made a couple of appearances. Just 22 years old. Third pitcher for the Rangers today.
Red Sox game is over. They lose 4-1, so the Yankees can gain a full game here with a victory over the Rangers and cut it to 3 in the loss column with 20 games left to play. Grounded and grabbed there by Napoli. Runner stays put. 1 away. Let's go back to Chris Sheeran in our studios, and he has more. Thank you, Chris. So the Royals won't go away. Yankees will have 3 games remaining with the Twins and 1 makeup game with the Kansas City Royals. All 4 of those at Yankee Stadium. Here's Chase Headley. Swing and a miss. Headley, an RBI single his last time up, extended his hitting streak to 9 straight. One and one.
Top of the orders. Had a good afternoon here in Texas. First 4 batters have runs batted in. Headley getting a little anxious there. That pitch was out of the zone.
So the infield in. Count now 2-2.
Headley came up in this situation last time up, got a base hit through the middle and drove in a run, eventually scored.
Grounded to third off of Gallo. Karam's out to Andrus, and he checks everybody back, and Headley's safe.
That was a great job by Ellsbury at third. He kept the attention of Andrus, and he didn't throw the ball to first base. Gallo's had kind of a rough afternoon over at third.
Gets an E5 on that one.
E5, but watch what happens here with Ellsbury at third. There's the ball. He realizes he can't score, but he keeps Andrus's attention. Dives back in safely at third. Headley's safe at first, and the bases are loaded. Good play by Ellsbury just to keep the attention. And he was going to make it back. Even if Andrus threw to third, he wouldn't have gotten him.
So that loads the bases. for Gary Sanchez. Sanchez has scored 3 runs today. Homered, doubled, hit by a pitch. 1-0. One.
Good off-speed hook.
Two and one, no place to put Sanchez, so I know he's going to get a pitch to hit. Hit his 29th home run in the first inning. 412-foot shot into the seats over the high scoreboard in left field.
Stay patient. Get a good ball to hit.
Two and two.
Yeah, I think he's that one hung up there a little bit. It's just over the outer third of the plate. That's why he didn't get to it.
Out of the way.
Yankees have done a pretty good job today with runners in scoring position.
Popped up right side. Mazzara on the run. And he makes the play. And throws home, holding Ellsbury at third. Not much room out there. Mazzara came up with it for the second out.
About halfway into the outfield there, and you can see the ball kind of came back. Looked like the fans give them some credit for Texas Rangers fans over there. They didn't interfere with this play. Back in the shadows. Mazzara makes the play, gets the ball back in quickly.
So they retire Sanchez for the first time today. And here's Gregorius. He's 3 for 3 with 2 ribbies. Line drive, a base hit to right field. Ellsbury scores. Here comes Romine. Here's the throw. It's cut off. And they will get Gregorius for the final out, but he gets 2 ribbies. He has 72 on the season, and he has a new career high, while the Yankees have an 11-3 lead. We're halfway through.
Radio voice of the Yankees, John Sterling. Hear about his incredible streak behind the mic. Learned how he comes up with his signature home run calls and much more. That's Wednesday at 10. Only on Yes. Should be very, very entertaining. They put the band back together.
For one night only.
Yeah.
John was very good on that show. I think people will enjoy it. GMC scoreboard 11-3. Andrews takes outside from Green.
The Yankee offense has pounded out 13 hits.
Yankees have scored one fewer than the Jets did today in their season opening loss to the Bills. Jets had 12 points. But there's still plenty of time left here in Texas.
The Yankees have had 6 extra base hits today, too. That's. What was the final score of that game? Jets?
21-12. Lined into left center field. It's a base hit for Andrews. Ellsbury fields. Andrews is going for 2. The throw is not in time. So an inning opening double gives us time to go back to Chris Sheeran for another update. So if the Brewers win, Chris, they'll pull to within 2 of the Cubs. Wow. Good stuff. Here's Napoli. Not easy to repeat. There's a strike. That's what the Yankees did in 98, 99, 2000. Not sure that's going to be done anytime soon. And they came within one Mariano save of making it 4 in a row.
Yeah, that's true. I think back in the late 40s, they won 5 in a row.
Yep.
Yeah.
Late 40s into the 50s.
Baseball was so much different then. No free agency.
Line drive, left field. It's a base hit. Andrus will round third. He'll score. It's an RBI single for Napoli. And now it's 11-4 Yankees.
Well, Napoli has been struggling somewhat. He's got to feel a little bit better. Getting the base hit, driving in a run. Came into today 5 for 50. Covers the outside corner, drills it into left field, and Texas picks up another run. A little unusual to see Chad Green giving up runs.
We get word why Odor left the game. Mild strain on the left ankle. X-rays were negative. There's no more Mazzara. One 1-0. Lot of windmilling out there in the Yankee bullpen. No one needs to remind Joe Girardi or everybody watching the game. This ballpark on a hot day, it plays very small, and leads seem very small.
And Texas has a good hitting team.
Popped up, drifting back, Headley. He makes the catch. 1 away. Let's check the fast pitch speed analytic brought to you by Files. That was 97 miles an hour, getting the pop up off the bat of Mazzara. And that brings up Chirinos. A home run and a walk, 2 runs scored. Home run was his 17th of the year. Napoli leads off first. Picked up a 66 ribby with that single. And there's a strike from Green. Chasen Shreve getting ready. And a strike.
Nothing fancy there. See if you can hit it. Too much heat for Chirinos. Fastball right on by.
Now here's Joey Gallo. Gallo's walked twice and scored a run. One and one. Gallo, a former first-round draft pick for Texas in 2012. 39th player in the first round. He was a compensation pick for the Rangers. Hit 65 home runs in high school. He had a 100 miles per hour as a pitcher. And he was taught how to hit by Mike Bryant, Chris Bryant's dad. I think Mike saved the best info for his son. He's also known Jason Giambi since he was 10 years old, and it's one of his mentors. So he's from Vegas.
Area producing a lot of players like Bryce Harper.
2-2. Fly ball, left field, backing up is Gardner, battling the sun. He'll put it away for the final out. So a nice recovery by Green. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 man left on base. We're through 5 innings. We wish good luck to the Scranton Wilkes-Barre team, and all of the Yankee minor league teams have done very, very well. Phil Gosselin takes over at shortstop for Elvis Andrus. You wonder if there's something wrong with Andrus. Why would you take out your top shortstop just the 6th inning of an 11-4 game, unless you're running up the white flag, which would make sense.
Well, they've got a whole new double play combination with the injury to Odor and now Gosselin coming in.
Seems like he's okay. Grounded to third with a tough hop Gallo. Gallo seems to always find the tough hop, Kenny. One away.
Yeah, he's not had an easy afternoon over there.
He's a better first baseman and outfielder than he is a third baseman.
Well, with Adrian Beltre, we just saw a shot of him on the bench out with a hamstring injury and probably out for the season. You're going to see Gallo a lot at third base, and once again we talked about this hard infield, and that ball jumped up into his chest. He stayed with it and made the play.
Aaron Judge takes a strike. Judge hit his 40th home run of the year. An opposite field shot off Nick Martinez in the 4th inning. He's also walked and had a sac fly. So he has 89 ribbies. High fly ball left field. That ball is a foul ball.
There's the home run Michael was talking about. 4th inning. This is going to end up in the Rangers bullpen. Mazar with a good try, but he can't get it. 40, a nice round number.
You know, we could talk about the struggles he's had in the second half. Not easy to hit 40 home runs, even in this day and age.
You know, you think back to spring training. What do you think the Yankees would have taken as far as production from Aaron Judge this year?
30, 35, 80, maybe?
Yeah, I was going to say 25, 80.
Well, they got more.
Yeah.
But that first half,
Yeah.
made you raise the bar almost, I guess, to unrealistic expectations. You know, he was leading the Triple Crown categories for a while, and that really started people dreaming probably a bit way too big.
It's hard to stay hot all year.
Deep drive, left center. There it goes. See ya. Off the back wall of the Yankee bullpen. Home run number 41. Yankees lead 12-4. Wow.
Not so much for a round number. Oh my goodness. I don't think I've ever seen a ball hit that far.
Wow.
In this ballpark.
.462 feet.
3 runs batted in on the afternoon.
Here's Bird. So now he has 90 ribbies and 41 home runs.
Another look. It's always fun to watch the outfielders. Rua took like 1 step and then stopped.
That hit the back wall of the bullpen. If you see the reaction of the Yankees in the bullpen, they're jumping up and down like kids. Ground ball, Robinson. 2 outs.
He wanted the fastball up. He kind of got it where he wanted. Must have been where Judge was looking for it.
Tommy Kahnle, little dance.
Stride, follow through, gone.
Ellsbury swings and misses. 1-1.
He didn't hit many cheapies, does he?
He's 8 away from McGuire for the most ever by a rookie. Very few wall scrapers, Kenny. Back wall scrapers, but not outfield wall. Swing and a miss. Ellsbury down on strikes, but the Yankees get a run in impressive fashion. A long blast by Aaron Judge. MLS playoff spot continues as NYCFC heads west for a clash with the Colorado Rapids. The action kicks off at 9, presented by Etihad Airways, right here on Yes and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. All right, Drew Robinson takes a strike from Chad Green. So Green got the final outs, final 2 outs of the 4th inning, then worked the 5th, so they're going to get 2 2/3 out of him. So you will not see him in the first 2 games of the series against the Rays at Citi Field. Robinson came in for Odor after Odor got hurt, so this is his first at bat. Count 1-2.
I'm still looking out by the back of the bullpen there.
Did he go? Yes, he did. So down goes Robinson. I mean, you got to trust the numbers, I guess, Kenny, because they're all done with analytics and lasers and stuff, but it seems like more than 462.
That's still impressive. Yeah, he went too far. 462. You know what I'd really like to see? I'd like to see Aaron Judge hit a golf ball.
Take him out one day.
Just square one up and just hit it for something down a fairway. Not feet, but yards.
Rua fouls it away. 1-1. Rua has 2 hits today, single and a double and an RBI. Tampa Bay's already beaten Boston 4-1. So the Yankees could move to within 3.5. Line drive left field coming on Gardner. It's going to be in front of him for a single. 3 for 3 for Rua.
Yeah, he's had a good afternoon. There's a guy trying to get in the lineup more often. Like Gardner got a bit of a late break, but the ball falls in for the base hit. Keeps it in front of him.
So 3 hits has punched up Rua's average 21 points from 208 to 229. And a first pitch strike to DeShields, who's 0 for 2 with a sac fly.
One thing the Yankees have done in this series, they've kept DeShields from stealing a base. There was 1 year in the minor leagues, DeShields in 2 stops, played in 2 different towns. He had 101 stolen bases that year in the minor leagues. I don't care where you're playing. That's a heck of a lot of stealing.
Tommy Kahnle up in the Yankee bullpen. That was a base hit for DeShields.
And the Rangers actually got DeShields as a Rule 5 player. He came over from the Houston Astros in 2014. And he kept him on the roster. Been back and forth in the minor leagues a couple of times, but this pitch right there turns on it. Green relying solely on his speed, maybe not the location, and DeShields is able to get the base hit.
Rothschild with a visit to the mound. Ready for the slide. Brett Gardner stopped using that.
You know what? When you look at it, that glove is longer than his fingers would be on the reach. And if he's stealing, he makes contact with it. It's like putting a paddle on your hand. Does that mean you're safe?
I think it's a good point.
Yeah.
I mean, we've heard it all our lives. Baseball is a game of inches, and you're adding a couple to your slide.
Not that he's going to be stealing here because there's a runner in front of him, but that's, Brett Gardner doesn't use it anymore.
I got a piece of Romine. She was in the middle of a 7-year, $130 million contract he signed with Texas back in December of 2013. So this is his 4th year of that 7-year deal.
He's been valued over the years as a good on base guy. Gets on base. They use him both in the outfield and as a designated hitter.
And when he was growing up in South Korea, he got hit again. As an 18-year-old, he was called by many scouts the best amateur pitcher in the world. He got the elbow of Romine, taking a beating back there. Chu coming into this year a .280 hitter, and this year he's at .260.
So you're saying he was valued as a pitcher more so than as a hitter?
Much more. The man who made that assessment was the Mariners Pacific Rim scout at the time. Best amateur pitcher in the world. Two and two. Count is full. Now they don't have Andrus on deck. They have Phil Goslin on deck. Three-two count. One man out, first and second. Ripped into the seats, foul. Green deals. Chu making them work.
Yeah, I was looking to see where Texas goes next. Actually, they're not going anywhere. Seattle Mariners come here for 4 games. You know, thinking that he might have taken Andrus out because they're going on a trip. But now his spot's going to come up with look like men on base here.
Swing and a miss. Chu strikes out. 4th strikeout for Chad Green, and that's going to do it, as he has thrown 48 pitches. So Girardi will take the ball from his right-hander, and they'll have to piece it together with the rest of the guys out there. So Green leaves with runners on first and second, 2 outs, and Girardi calls for Canely.
In as Green leaves a couple men on base that are his responsibility. So Canely trying to pick up the 3rd out in this inning without any damage for the Rangers. There are his numbers for the year, 62 games. It's both with the White Sox and the Yankees. Another strikeout type pitcher, 84 in 56 innings. 231 for the opponents against Tommy Canely, and he will face Phil Goslin. This is Goslin's first at bat of the afternoon. While Andrus was in there, he went 1 for 2 with a double and a run scored. There are the numbers for Phil Goslin.
So first and second, 2 outs. And Canely against Goslin. Driven to right field. And Canely gets it done on one pitch as Judge makes the play, and that'll do it. No runs, a hit. 2 hits, actually, and 2 men left. We go to the 7th. Jimenez, a completely new battery for the Rangers as they bring in Tyson Ross.
Tyson Ross used mostly as a starter, but well, look at the walks. 35 walks in 46 2/3 innings. It is way too many. ERA 7.33.
Cadillac scoreboard 12-4 Yankees lead. Here's Austin Romine. He's 2 for 3, 2 runs scored. Single and a double. One and one. Shadows starting to come into play as they creep over the first base grandstand. See the outline of the light towers. Right back to Ross. Sounds like a broken bat. It's an out.
Yankee fans might remember Ross. He came up with the Oakland A's and grew up near Oakland in Berkeley. He was born in Berkeley, California. And he also pitched at the University of California at Berkeley as Brett Gardner steps in.
So he's got to be pretty smart. There's Brett Gardner. Inside.
Yeah, just because you walk in the door doesn't mean you can take the classes, right?
If you walk in the door there, you got to be smart. Chopped to short. Gosling. The throw takes Napoli off the bag, but he makes the tag on Gardner on the way by, and he saves Gosling an error.
So quickly, 2 up and 2 down. Here's the wide throw that Napoli makes the right call by coming off the bag and making the tag. Yankees haven't gone 1-2-3 in this game as of yet.
Pitch to Headley. Low 1-0. Griffin started, then Nick Martinez, Yohander Mendez, and now Tyson Ross. 2-0 on Headley.
Yeah, Ross started with the A's, went to San Diego, and Texas signed him as a free agent.
So the Yankees will go down in order for the first time in this game as Ross comes in and gets 3 ground balls. Yankees go down 1-2-3. At the end of 6.5 innings of play, it's time for the 7th inning stretch here in Texas. Yankees lead this one by a score of 12-4. But we're going to stay right here as we honor America in Arlington, Texas.
Please rise. Direct your attention to the area behind home plate. On this Firefighter Appreciation Day, please welcome Lockheed Martin firefighter Buddy Campbell. In honor of all the veterans who have served our country and the servicemen and women who are currently stationed at home and around the world, Buddy will now perform God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans wide with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
$14-1 for the Yankees, 4-7-1 for Texas. Jordan Montgomery started, lasted 1 out into the 4th inning. A.J. Griffin, he lasted 3. Didi 4 for 4, as John Flaherty said, a double and a career high 4 runs batted in. And 2 home runs for Aaron Judge. Canely comes on and deals outside to Napoli. Threw 1 pitch and got Phil Goslin to fly out to right field to end the 6th inning. Cadillac scoreboard 12-4, Yankees over the Rangers. Foul back.
that the changeup? 92. Had a little movement on it at the end. I believe it was.
Swing and a miss. Napoli down on strikes. Another check with Chris Sheeran back in our Yes Network studios. Christopher. Just amazing. I mean, talk about falling off a cliff. 14 out of 15, 9 in a row. You have to wonder, when do they get nervous? Jared Hoying hitting for Mazzara.
How many of those starts were Kershaw starts?
You'd have to say at least 2, right?
You figure that's when whatever's going wrong stops going wrong.
And despite that tailspin, Dodgers still 10 games ahead of the Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks and the Rockies right now have the first 2 wild cards in the National League. Starting today, Milwaukee and St. Louis 3 back of the 2nd wild card as Hoying down on strikes. And here's Jimenez. Came in the top of the inning behind the plate. And Canely throwing strikes. Grounded up the middle and under the glove of Castro into center field. A base hit for Jimenez.
Smile on his face, makes the most of 1 at bat.
I think that's his first major league hit, so they will toss the ball into the dugout.
That's why the big smile. Got a big league batting average. In fact, that batting average is 500. He's 1 for 2 in the big leagues. You saw the try by Castro, but Jimenez.
There's Joey Gallo. Walked twice and a fly ball to left. And a strike. No one holding on Jimenez with an 8-run lead. So that takes away the joy of talking to somebody saying, you know, that was my first big league hit.
Or they say congratulations on your first big league hit.
You'd have to shout to talk to Bird. That one gets through Romine. And Jimenez will go to second.
I think that might have been a pass ball. I don't know if it was a cross up or whatever. This ball doesn't hit the dirt. Yeah, that's a pass ball. Off the thumb of the glove and then back to the screen.
So 2-2 on Gallo. Yankees lead 12-4. Grounded to first. Bird is there. Beats Gallo to the bag, and that will do it. Here in the 7th, no runs a hit, and 1 man left on base. Let's go to the 8th. Mason presents the Joe Girardi Show from the home of the Cowboys as the skipper takes a tour of AT&T Stadium in Dallas and talks with head coach Jason Garrett. That's today after the postgame only on. Yes, you guys went to their practice facility too as well. That you were at the Star, right?
Yes, we were at the Star in Frisco, Texas. It just opened about a year ago, and Michael, it is an unbelievable facility. And Joe Girardi and Jason Garrett have actually known each other for a couple years now. Jason Garrett comes to spring training just about every year, and he often speaks to the team, gives them a little bit of a motivational speech before the baseball season is beginning.
Now, you also found out that Mom and Dad Garrett watch Yes all the time.
Big Yankees fans. They live the Jersey Shore, and they watch Yes. And they're probably watching right now, Michael.
Hyundai scoreboard 12-4 Yankees lead. So that's right after the postgame today. Should be a good show. And that is supposed to be the best facility in the NFL. Two and one on Sanchez. Now 2-2. Still 2-2. It'll be Sanchez, Gregorius, and Castro. Didi 4 for 4 with 4 ribbies today. But he will not bat. His day is over. You see Ronald Torreyes in the on-deck circle. Tyson Ross worked a 1-2-3-7. Now he has a 3-2 count on Sanchez.
Now, a few years ago, Tyson Ross' younger brother, Joe Ross, made his major league debut for the Nationals in Washington. Tyson was on the West Coast pitching for the Padres. He flew, walked in the stadium. The parents were there watching the younger brother pitch. He walked in and sat down next to him.
That one is hit deep to center field. DeShields back, turning, looking, see ya. A long home run for Gary Sanchez. His 30th of the year. It's 13-4 Yankees.
Ball was back of the berm.
461 feet.
We misjudged by 1 foot. Now it's interesting because Judge has the longest home run in the big leagues this year at 495. Sanchez hit one in Detroit 493. Judge hits one today 462, and Sanchez hits one 461 on this one.
Torreyes takes a strike.
4 long home runs authored by those two.
Well, the Yankees have now outscored the Jets today. Ground ball to second. Robinson to Gallo. 1 away.
Man, was that hit. Here's another look. It's going to be up in the air for a while. You see the Shields in center field saying, I got no chance.
Castro takes outside. So right there, the Yankees have 4 home runs, 2 by Castro, 2 by Judge. 2 by Sanchez and 2 by Judge. Castro's at the plate.
Baby Bombers.
Ground ball short. Goslin to Gallo for the second out. Now Sanchez hits the 2 home runs today as a DH. So he has 30 home runs. Only 2 Yankee catchers have had 30 home runs in a season. Yogi did it twice and Jorge Posada did it once, but you got to split up. These are not home run catches. No, these are not catches. Home runs as a catcher. This is a DH today.
He'll still get a chance.
Yeah. Here's Tyler Austin pinch hitting for Judge.
Austin got the big hit yesterday that gave the Yankees the lead in the 9th inning. Joe Girardi sent him up there as a pinch hitter, and he delivered.
Two and one.
$15 hits. Plenty of extra base hits. Over half of them, 8 extra base hits.
And a walk to Tyler Austin.
Michael, you mentioned the fact that Tyler Austin came up with that big hit yesterday. He was very honest in the clubhouse after the game, telling me he was actually a little bit nervous when he stepped up to the plate. He said he hadn't really faced major league pitching in a while. It was just his second at bat since being called back up. But he said once he saw that first pitch, he started to feel a lot better in that batter's box. And he even said on defense he gets a little nervous until he gets that first opportunity, and then he settles in at that role as well. But he is a guy that when asked to evaluate his season, he said certainly not the way you draw it up with all the injuries, but now clearly trying to make the most of it.
You know, that nervous comment, Meredith, led to a line by Todd Frazier, which I'm going to steal and use a lot. Todd Frazier was told that Tyler Austin was a bit nervous. He said, that's good. My dad used to say you should be nervous. Don't be scared, but be nervous. Nervous is a good thing. Scared is not. Ground ball to first. They will retire Bird, and that will do it. Well, we told you the ball will be flying out today, a hot Sunday afternoon, and today the baby bombers go boom 4 times. 2 for Sanchez, 2 for Judge, all long distance blast. This is just, let's get him some work. He has not pitched since the 5th. So you see Dellin, this will be his 58th game. And you know, the longer that Betances goes without pitching, the tougher it is to have him command his fastball and his curve. So with a significant lead here, they want to get him ready for the Rays series, which will start tomorrow night at Citi Field. So he's pitching in a 13-4 game here in the bottom of the 8th inning. On the Hyundai scoreboard, 13-15-1 for the Yankees, 4-8-1 for Texas. Drew Robinson takes a strike. New left fielder Tyler Wade, new right fielder Tyler Austin, new shortstop Ronald Torreyes. And a strike.
Well, it can't be fun facing Betances about right now. Robinson took those first 2 strikes like you couldn't see him. Yeah, there's shadows. They got a piece of that one. Now you see it. Now you don't.
What's more difficult in that situation, Kenny, fastball or a curve?
To me, I want it fast because it holds its plane.
Right.
And if you see it, a breaking ball, if it's a real good one like Betances has, you'll start your swing, you kind of lose it, and you get set to hit it, and it breaks out of the zone, and you chase it.
Swing and a miss like that. So Robinson down on strikes.
Either one's no picnic, though.
Here are the changes we mentioned. The new Yankee outfield, Wade in left, Ellsbury remains in center, Austin in right. Infield, Headley, Torreyes, Castro, and Bird. Romine still behind the plate. Betances is on the mound. Rua 3 for 3. And the 1-0. 2-0. There's such a thin line between keeping a guy sharp and then overusing him. And we see that line all the time with Betances. You'd like to get him rest when you can, but if you rest him too much, he's ineffective in the game that he's back in there. He just does not command. And then when you overuse him, that's not good either.
Remember his days in the minor leagues, the Yankees weren't sure how to use him as a starter or a reliever, and then eventually he found his niche in the bullpen. And has been a big-time strikeout pitcher out of the bullpen. Just think about it today. The pitchers that the Yankees called out of the bullpen today, Green, Canely, and Betances, all are capable of getting close to 100 miles an hour.
3-1, and he walks him. So Rua, a perfect day. A couple of singles, a double, and a walk.
Center fielder, Delino, the Shields.
The Shields takes outside.
Now Bird at first is not holding Rua on, but he's not that far back. You know, he's just sitting right behind him. It's not like he's totally giving him second base.
And Romine wants to talk.
It's usually something along these lines. Pick up the target a little sooner. Follow through on your delivery.
Another game with wild card implications. Angels and Seattle. 2-2 top of the 8th inning. That's at Safeco Field. Seattle 3 back of Minnesota entering today. And the Angels 2 back, and Minnesota has already lost 11-3, so an opportunity for one of those games to pick up a one of those teams to pick up a game. 3-0. There's a strike. So the Angels would pull to within 1 with a win. Seattle would pull to within 2. And Texas looks like it's going to miss a golden opportunity to pull to within a game and a half. And another walk by Betances. And if you ask why is he in a 13-4 game, you're watching why he's in a 13-4 game, because if this was a tight game that they had to win, he'd be blowing the game right now. Now the Angels have taken a 4-2 lead, a 2-run double by Justin Upton in the 8th inning. Chu takes outside, 1-0.
They just picked Upton up a few weeks ago. They're having a good year with the Tigers. The Tigers unloading players.
Long time ago, Larry Rothschild had dark hair. But being a pitching coach will turn it gray.
There's always fires to put out. Not everybody is really rolling at the same time.
Three and one. Deep drive into right center. It's going to split the outfielders and go to the wall. Rua scores. Here comes DeShields. He'll score. It's a 2-run double for Chu. And Larry Rothschild wants to talk things over.
Well, Chu got himself into a count where he could look for one pitch, and that'd be the fastball, and he got it. And he jumped on it, and drilled it to the gap. His first hit of the afternoon. Reaches out, touches it. And even Ellsbury with his speed is not going to run this one down. And you can see DeShields with his speed. He's going to score all the way from first base.
See Manny Gonzalez, home plate umpire, wanting to break things up as Chasen Shreve begins to throw. And there's the balance you're talking about. So you want him to work his way through this, but you don't want him to throw so many pitches that it would put tomorrow in jeopardy, where he's thrown too many pitches today. And you know, if you're touching 30, then you're starting to think, is he going to be as effective tomorrow after throwing 30 plus? So here's Goslin. Fastball outside, 100 miles an hour. So it's now a 7-run lead, 13-6. Two and 0. There's a strike. Just caught the outside corner with the breaking ball. 2 and 1.
There are times when Tances comes in and it appears he has more confidence in his breaking ball than he does in his fastball, and we saw that the other night in Baltimore.
Strike 3, Goslin down looking. 2 away.
Yeah, 3 nasty pitches there. 2 breaking balls and then the heater. Had confidence in this one. Almost right to the glove. Goslin's done. A couple of walks, a double, and 2 strikeouts for Betances in this inning.
There's Will Middlebrooks. He takes inside. Came in top of the inning. Played third, and Gallo moved from third to first, replacing Napoli, and this is Napoli's spot in the order. Drops a breaking ball in there for a strike.
Former Red Sox third baseman Will Middlebrooks.
Swing and a miss.
That pitch is right down the middle. He's late. Tells you how hard Dylan's throwing.
Strike 3. Middlebrooks down looking. So 3 strikeouts for Betances. But the Rangers scored 2 on 2 walks and a hit. Mason postgame. You get highlights and analysis of this wrangle with the Rangers, along with a look at the current playoff picture. All that and more on the WB Mason postgame, only on Yes. We go to the 9th inning. Ellsbury leads off, takes pitch high, 1-0. Ross in for his 3rd inning of work. Ellsbury doubled in the 5th, extending his hitting streak to 8 straight as he swings in, tips the ball into the glove of Jimenez.
Now, all the starters, with the exception of 2, have scored a run. Didi didn't score one, but he drove in 4. And Castro got shut out.
And Ellsbury takes a walk.
That's been a primary problem for Tyson Ross this year. That's his 2nd base on balls.
Here's Romine. He's 2 for 4. Nubbed up the first baseline and grabbed by Ross in foul territory.
Good day for Austin Romine. Double, single, couple runs scored. Got beat up a little bit behind home plate. And Bannister's seen his pitching staff get beat up a little bit today.
Fly ball, shallow left, coming on Rua. It's going to dunk in for a base hit. 3 hits for Romine as Ellsbury moves to 2nd.
Very good day. 1 hit's okay, 2 good, 3 very good. Off the end of the bat, just enough to dunk it into left field. You can see him running down to first base. Get down, and it did. Base hit. Very good day for Austin Romine.
Well, Tyler Wade will get his first at bat. Took over in left field for Brett Gardner. First and second, nobody out here in the 9th. Yankees up 13-6. Well, if the Yankees hold on here, Kenny, they've won 3 series in a row. They took 3 out of 4 against the Red Sox, 2 out of 3 against the Orioles, and this would be 2 out of 3 against Texas. And they've struggled on the road this year, so going back to New York, having won 4 of 6 games, not too bad. Chopped up the middle and off the glove of Robinson, and it trickles into the outfield. Ellsbury scores. Romine moves to 3rd, and the Yankees lead 14-6. We'll see how they score that.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a base hit. Looked like it took a bad hop right at the end. Just as Robinson got to it.
It is a hit.
Yeah, it is a hit. We told you how hard this infield is here at Arlington. You see the erratic hop. And a base hit and an RBI for Wade.
Here's Chase Headley. Now, the 3 games in Citi Field, although they're in New York, would be considered 3 more road games for the Yankees. But following today's game, they have 20 games remaining. 17 are going to be played in New York City. 3 on the road in Toronto.
The Think about it. The Yankees, if they win today, and it looks like they are, it'll pull them within 1 game of 500 on the road. And as you said, it's been an issue just about all season long. They've been great at Yankee Stadium.
Angels lead 5-2 over Seattle, bottom of the 8th inning. Red Sox have lost. The Twins have lost. So the Yankees can pull to within 3 in the loss column against the Red Sox. Leclerc is warming up and gain a game on the second wild card. You want to make sure you have a stronghold on that first wild card. Obviously, your sights are still set on the Red Sox because you want to be in a series and not have everything come down to 1 game. But you know you want to be in the tournament in some way or another. And Kenny, if the Indians continue to win, they'll likely have a better record than the Houston Astros, which means that you win the wild card game. Oh, look what's waiting. Corey Kluber. Now you can say, well, you play the Astros, it's going to be Keuchel or Verlander.
Yeah.
Okay, but who's been better this year?
Yankees have run into Keuchel in the past in that wild card game.
And that turns your postseason into a 3-hour affair. Now anything could happen in 1 game. That's why you want to avoid a 1-game playoff. But the Yankees need help to catch the Red Sox. They're done playing Boston. Headley not giving up this at bat. Battling. Popped up. Middlebrooks makes the play. 1 away. And Eric Kratz is going to come up to pinch hit for Sanchez.
Your attention, please. 44, number 6, Eric Kratz, and Gary Sanchez. Kratz batting for Sanchez.
This will be his first Yankee at bat. With those suspensions looming, the Yankees purchased Kratz from the Indians minor league system. And the numbers that you just saw on your screen, those are all in the minor leagues.
He's had some big league time, though.
So he comes up first and third with 1 man out. Yankees up 14-6. The Yankees have gotten through both of those suspensions, the 3-gamer to Sanchez and the 1 game to Romine. 2-1, so those in the rearview mirror. Now they just concentrate on the stretch run.
Well, both of them showed what they can do today. I mean, Sanchez has scored 4 runs, a couple of homers. Romine with 3 hits.
That one is cracked into left center field. That is going to be a base hit, 1 hop up against the wall. 1 run scores. Here comes Wade. He'll score. It's a 2-run pinch hit double for Kratz. And the Yankees pouring it on. They lead 16-6.
Well, welcome to the Yankees. It's kind of fun watching Tyler Wade run as well. On at first base, he can really fly this ball up into the gap like a hanging slider, and he just nailed it. So Kratz with a 2-base hit picks himself 2 runs batted in.
Well, Bannister trying to keep the lead at just 10 for the Yankees. Takes the ball from Ross and will go to his bullpen. And for Kratz, this is a pinch hit, 2-run double. So when you get to the bag, you have to point to the dugout. The dugout points to you. CeCe saying, come on, point. Kratz going, oh. He did a little John Travolta thing from Saturday Night Fever, but kind of a half point. So Kratz is learning. Jose Leclerc takes over. And he'll face Ronald Torreyes with Kratz on second. Yankees lead 16-6. How about this for a fun number, Kenny? So Sanchez has 2 home runs in this game. In his career, this is 161st game, so 1 game short of a full season. In those 161 games, he has 50 homers and 125 runs batted in.
That would be a heck of a year. That's MVP type year.
Yep. Now, obviously, he's not ever going to play that as a catcher unless they DH him in the other games. But usually, if you can get 150 games out of a catcher, that's a lot. But it shows you his offensive output. Count 3-0 on Torreyes.
Another young reliever. Leclerc just 23 years old. Signed down to the Dominican Republic.
There's a strike.
And you looked at his numbers, and he's another one of these young pitchers who from time to time can have control issues. Too many walks.
Wouldn't it have been fun, Kenny, if instead of a double, Kratz had hit a home run, and then we find out what John Sterling's call would be for a Kratz home run?
In his first at bat, do you think he would have had time to think one up?
He's got him locked and loaded.
All right.
Swing and a miss. Torreyes down on strikes. Our buddy Sweeney Murdy has suggested that it would be Kratz all, folks.
Second baseman Starlin Castro.
You know what? In a way, that sounds like Sweeney.
Poor John.
Yeah.
Now, if you ask John what it would be now, he won't tell you. He will not tell until it's...
He won't divulge.
Yeah, until it's debuted on the air. So we have to wait for a Kratz home run. Castro's looking to join the party, as you always say,
Yeah,
Kenny.
he and Bird. They must have come in the same cab.
Castro 0 for 5 tonight, or today.
You can't find the address.
You can see Leclerc throws hard.
Yeah, he does. Just about everybody does in this day and age.
On one hop to Gosselin, and an 0 for 6 for Castro. But everybody else is hitting. Yankees have 16 runs on 18 hits. We go to the bottom of the ninth. They're up by 10. The Land Rover drive of the game. Who'd you choose?
Speaking of driving, let's go with the Aaron Judge. This is the longest one of the day. 462 feet. Almost went over the back of the Yankee bullpen. You can see the elation out in the pen. Aaron Judge, that was his 41st home run of the season and his second of the day.
(16-6), a football score on the first football Sunday of the 2017 season. Will the Giants across the parking lot score 16 in their game tonight against the Cowboys? They're hoping to. Caleb Smith will try to get the final 3 outs for the Yankees. It's been Montgomery, Green, Canely, Betances, and now Caleb Smith.
Well, Yankees win this one. Happy ride back to New York. Always like to win on getaway day.
So here's Hoying, and Smith deals a strike. 16-18-1, leaving 7 runners on, and the Rangers 6-9-1, leaving 10 runners on. One. 1-2 on Hoying. Hoying has great speed. And the pitch popped up. Headley makes the play in fair territory for the first out of the bottom of the ninth. So the Yankees took 2 out of 3 in Baltimore, about to take 2 out of 3 here in Arlington, Texas. And the final part of the road trip will be played at home in New York City, but in a different ballpark than Yankee Stadium, Citi Field. So the Yankees will not bat last, as the Tampa Bay Rays will their games relocated because of the effects of Hurricane Irma. And our thoughts and prayers, everybody in Florida that is dealing with this
And some neighbors down there are having issues at this point.
Crowd of 31,349 announced here at Globe Life Park. Count 1-1 on Jimenez. Last time up, he picked up his first big league hit, a single up the middle. They have the baseball for safekeeping.
So no matter what the outcome, it's been a good day for A.J. Jimenez.
As Kenny mentioned, coming in to play 4 games, Seattle. So one of those teams could leave Texas out of the wild card race, or they could just trade blows and split the 4. Popped up. Castro makes the play, and the Yankees are an out away.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. The Rangers, number 6, Brett Nicholas. Pitching for Joey Gallo.
Brett Nicholas is going to pinch hit for Joey Gallo. Brett Nicholas had the only hit yesterday.
Yeah, I was thinking it was a double.
And it gave the Rangers a 1-0 lead. Yankees tied in the 8th, and they got 2 in the 9th to win.
Another dominating performance for Luis Severino.
#28 time the Rangers are ever one hit in their history. There have been no hit 3 times. Swing and a miss. 1-2. So the Yankees a strike away. And the pitch. A good fastball, as you can see, 96 miles an hour.
It was just a little bit high.
16-6. Yankees lead. Foul back. Joe's done chewing the gum, so he thinks it's almost over.
Is that like a Red Auerbach lighting a cigar? Legendary coach of the Celtics. Whenever he thought they had the win, you can't do that anymore. You can't smoke in arenas.
Very quickly, we had Red Auerbach on center stage, and there's no smoking in New York buildings. And he lit up a cigar during the taping, and something you can't smoke that. He looked at me, kept smoking. And a pinch hit walk for Nicholas. He was saying, listen, I'm, I guess at the time, 78 years old, and I've won countless championships. You're not telling me not to smoke a cigar.
Well, that was his signature move.
Yep.
Whenever he would light up the cigar towards the end of the game, that meant the Celtics going to win this one. Well, he smoked a lot of cigars, didn't he?
Yeah. Here's Drew Robinson. He has struck out twice since taking over for Rougned Odor. Ninth inning now in Seattle. Angels 5 and the Mariners 3. Chris and John will have a final probably by the end of the postgame, which is immediately following us. Nicholas at first. 2-0 count on Robinson. Yankee fans look like they're ready to go to Jerry's World to see the second half of the doubleheader.
Well, it looks like the Yankees going to win 2 out of 3, doing it the hard way. They're losing the first one, bounce it back in the next 2 games.
There's a strike. Landon Collins has to get over to AT&T. The 2-1. 2-2 again. Yankees a strike away. Two balls, two strikes, 2 outs. Fly ball. Deep left center. Wade going back, still back, and that's going to be off the base of the wall. Ellsbury plays it out there. Coming home is Nicholas. He'll score. It's an RBI double, and it's 16-7 Yankees.
And he gets into one. I'll tell you what, he went out and got it, drove it to the opposite gap. He looked like he thought it was a home run. Wade with the effort. Out there at the 390 sign. Can't come up with it. Crashes into the wall. Looks like he's okay. And the Rangers score a run with 2 outs here in the ninth.
There's Ryan Rua. He is 3 for 3 with a walk, a run scored, and an RBI. 2 singles and a double. And a strike from Caleb Smith. And again, 1 strike away. And the pitch. Rounded foul. The Sunday night game tonight, the Orioles try to snap the winning streak of the Indians. Now the Astros are losing, so the Indians get the best record with a win. The 0-2. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Rua goes down on strikes, and the Yankees win this one 16-7. 2 home runs for Judge, 2 home runs for Sanchez. Yankee bullpen gets it done, but it's all about the Yankee offense. They pound out 18 hits to win this one 16-7 and to win the series 2-1. They've now won 3 series in a row. 3 out of 4 against the Red Sox, 2 out of 3 against the Orioles, and 2 out of 3 here against the Texas Rangers. Still more to come, though. First, we'll toss it back to the studio where Chris Sheeran and John Flaherty will set the table for the rest of the day.